Welcome to Serenity Within. Today, we're going to dive into a fascinating and profound topic. What does your birth date reveal about your karma and the lessons of your life? Have you ever wondered why certain events in your life seem to repeat themselves? Or why you always seem to face the same challenges? It could be that your birth date is revealing to you deeper aspects of karma that you haven't yet realized. In this video, we will not only explore the meanings behind the karmic numbers, but also learn how to master karma to create a life of peace and happiness. More importantly, you'll receive teachings from Buddhist philosophy that can help you transform negative karma into opportunities for spiritual growth. So, we are now ready to uncover the mysteries that your birth date may reveal about karma and the profound lessons in life. But before we dive into the details, did you know that karma is not a simple punishment or reward? In Buddhism, karma is the accumulation of energy, a totality of thoughts, actions, and emotions from past lives up until the present. And when you truly understand karma, you can completely change the way you view life, transforming challenges into opportunities for personal growth. Let's continue exploring these teachings and discover how your birth date can help guide you in realigning your spiritual journey. Part 1. The concept of karma in Buddhism. Before we begin exploring how your birth date can reveal your karma, we need to first understand the concept of karma in Buddhist teachings. Karma, in Buddhism, is not just the result of actions but also the accumulation of our thoughts, emotions, and intentions. Karma can be understood as the seeds we plant in life. And from these seeds, we harvest the fruits of karma. In Buddhist teachings, there are two main types of karma: good karma and bad karma. Positive actions and good thoughts lead to good karma and blessings, while negative actions and bad habits create bad karma, which can lead to challenges and difficulties in life. However, it is important to note that Buddhism does not view karma as a permanent sentence, but as an opportunity to learn, amend, and grow. It is the cycle of karmic rebirth through many lifetimes. For example, from Buddhist doctrines, karma can extend across multiple lifetimes, and the ways karma can change through learning and human awareness. So, what does karma mean in our modern lives? Personally, I find that often we think of karma as just natural events that happen to us. But in reality, karma is not just the result of past actions, but also a reflection of our current state of mind and intentions. You have probably wondered why some misfortunes keep repeating in your life, or why some people always seem to be lucky. I believe karma is not just the result of specific actions, but also the way we think and feel about ourselves and the world around us. For example, if you constantly think you do not deserve good things, you will create negative karma. However, when you change your attitude, awareness, and actions, you can also change your karma. Unfortunate events may not necessarily be the result of bad karma, but simply part of the learning and growing process. Difficulties are opportunities for us to understand ourselves better and see what we need to change in life. This also means that, no matter what mistakes we have made in the past, we can still change and move towards a better future. One of the key things I have noticed in applying karma to life is the awareness of the connection between thoughts and actions. When we truly understand that every thought and every action has an impact, we will choose to live in a more positive and responsible way. This is not an easy task, but it is a long journey of change and growth. In fact, I have tried to change my negative thoughts and realized that when I began to seek inner peace, my karma became lighter. Challenges were no longer burdens, but lessons for me to grow. Conclusion. Thus, karma is not only the result of past actions, but also a reflection of how we think, feel, and act in the present. Karma is an opportunity for each of us to change, learn, and grow. And as Buddhism teaches, no karma is unchangeable. What matters is that we are aware of it and take the right actions from today. Part 2. Calculating and understanding your karma number. Each person, upon birth, carries a unique karma number, and this karma number can help you identify the challenges and opportunities in your life. To determine your karma number, we can use the following simple method. Add up the digits of your birthday. Add up the digits of your birth month. Add up the digits of your birth year. For example, if you were born on July 15th, 1990, you would do the following. Day, 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. Month, 7. Year, 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 0 is equal to 19. 1 plus 9 is equal to 10. 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. Then, add all the numbers together. 6 plus 7 plus 1 is equal to 14. Then 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. So, your karma number is 5. Each karma number carries its own special meaning, reflecting part of your personality and path of development in life. However, it is important to understand that your karma number is not a rigid prediction of the future, but rather a tool that helps you identify the trends in your actions and life attitude. When I first encountered the concept of karma number, I was quite curious and a little skeptical. In fact, I tried applying this method to myself and found that the results were quite accurate in relation to what I was experiencing in life. However, what matters most is how you perceive and use your karma number. It is not a judgment or an unchangeable result, but simply a sign to help you recognize the trends or factors that might influence your life. For example, the karma number 5 that I calculated for myself may explain my personality. Someone who loves freedom, sometimes changes easily, but is also very skillful at finding new opportunities. This is a clear trait in me, because I always feel excited when exploring new things. Yet sometimes I find it challenging to face long-term commitments. This number also shows me that in life, I will face a big challenge in maintaining stability, but there will also be many opportunities to learn and grow. In fact, when I look back, I realize that each karma number carries a unique lesson. For example, the number 1 might relate to independent, strong individuals, but who may sometimes feel lonely in their journey. Meanwhile, the number 2 reflects those who tend to seek harmony, balance, and place a strong emphasis on relationships. I have come to understand that each karma number is not only a tool for self-understanding, but also a way to look at the challenges we face and how to approach them. As I've shared, your karma number is not a tool for predicting the future, but a tool to help you identify the trends in your life. When you understand your karma number, you can adjust your actions and attitude to leverage your strengths and overcome your weaknesses. This helps you live a more mindful life and easily achieve peace and harmony in all aspects. Certainly, each person's karma number will be different, and we can learn from these numbers to improve our lives. But the most important thing is the awareness of our actions and changes, because karma is not a sentence, but an opportunity for growth. Calculating your karma number helps us recognize trends in life, the challenges and opportunities we might encounter. However, the most important thing is how we apply and understand the karma number in the context of our real life. The karma number is just a tool, and it is up to us to seize opportunities and learn from life experiences to create positive change. Part 3, the story and lesson from Buddhism. To illustrate how karma works in life, I would like to share a meaningful story from Buddhism. The story is about a wealthy man who lived in anxiety and greed. Although he had a lot of money and possessions, he was always afraid of losing what he had. This man constantly sought ways to protect his wealth, never feeling satisfied, and could not enjoy life even though he had everything in his hands. One day, he went to see the Buddha and share his worries. The Buddha taught him that it was his attachment and greed for material things, his inability to accept the changes in life, that created negative karma for him. As a result, he could not experience happiness, even though he had all the things that many people desire. Through this story, we see that karma does not only come from external bad actions, but also from the thoughts and emotions in our minds. If we focus solely on accumulating material things without realizing that true happiness and peace come from within, we will create negative karma, making our lives full of stress and anxiety. When I heard this story, I realized that it carries a profound lesson about the relationship between material wealth and spirituality. In modern society, we cannot deny that many people, including myself, have at times been caught up in the race to earn money and seek material security. However, the story of the rich man in Buddhism showed me that the very things we try to hold on to tightly can sometimes be the very things that make us feel like we never have enough. I've had moments when I felt life was not complete, even though I had a stable job, a house, and possessions. But like the man in the story, I still felt anxious about the future. When I began applying the Buddhist teachings in my life, I realized that true peace does not come from the material things we accumulate, but from changing our attitude toward life and what we already have. This story made me reflect deeply on karma and the way we live. When we become too attached to material possessions and ownership, we create a type of negative karma. As a result, no matter how much money or property we have, we do not feel content or happy. Only when we learn to let go of our attachment to material things and live with gratitude can we truly experience peace. This does not mean we must give up all our possessions or live a life of poverty. But if we can adjust our relationship with money and material things, not letting them become an obsession, we will find a fuller life. Sometimes, what we need to do is not acquire more, but learn to live with what we have and appreciate it. Moreover, the story also reminds me of the power of awareness. When we are aware of our thoughts and emotions, we can change the way we view the world around us and begin to change our karma. When I realized that happiness is not something that can be bought, but an internal state, I began to change my life. So, through this story, I learned that karma is not a punishment, but an opportunity to change. It is a tool that helps us identify bad habits in our thinking and actions, so we can improve and change our lives. If we are aware and willing to change, karma will no longer be a burden, but an opportunity for us to grow and find happiness. Conclusion: the story of the wealthy man and his anxiety shows us that attachment to material things and greed can create negative karma, making it impossible to feel happiness and peace. However, if we can become aware of this and change our attitude toward material possessions, karma will no longer be something to fear, but an opportunity for learning and growth. Part 4. How to use your karma number to change your life. Identifying karma through your karma number not only helps you understand yourself better, but also opens up a new path for change and growth. Each karma number carries its own life lesson, from which you can recognize and overcome the challenges that come with it. Karma number 1. If your karma number is 1, you may have a strong tendency to be independent and seek self-sufficiency. However, the lesson for you is to learn how to communicate and connect with others, because loneliness can be a significant challenge for you. Karma number 2. If your karma number is 2, the lesson is to learn how to cooperate and build healthy relationships. You need to learn to love yourself before you can truly love others, because empathy and deep connection with others will help you grow. Karma number 3. If your karma number is 3, you may be very creative and communicative, but you also need to learn patience and how to finish the projects you start. Pursuing passion without completion can be a major hindrance for you. When I first discovered how karma numbers can influence life, I applied this to myself and found that these numbers truly have a powerful impact on how I perceive life. For example, when I calculated my karma number and realized it was 1, I immediately recognized that I tend to be very independent and sometimes struggle when I need to ask for help or open up to others. This helped me understand that one of the major challenges in my life is loneliness and excessive self-reliance. But after recognizing this, I began to change my approach to life. I learned to open up more, communicate, and connect with others more often. This not only helped me build meaningful relationships, but also made me realize that connection with others is an essential part of life. Sometimes, the biggest lesson is simply to open up and recognize that support and love from others help us grow each day. If you have karma number 2, I believe you will easily recognize the truth that healthy relationships and cooperation are very important. I used to struggle with relying on others because I always felt that things could only be done best when I did them myself. But when I learned to love and respect myself, I realized that loving others begins with accepting and taking care of ourselves. Quality relationships in life do not come from self-sacrifice, but from understanding and respecting oneself. For karma number 3, I can clearly see the lesson about patience and completion. I have always been creative and passionate about many projects, but I often lack the patience to finish what I started. This number helped me realize that creativity is a gift. But if we don't know how to persist and finish projects, we will not create lasting value. Learning patience and continuing to improve is an important lesson that helps me progress in life. From these lessons, I realized that understanding my karma number not only helps me identify my strengths and weaknesses, but also guides me on how to overcome challenges, change my attitude and actions, and improve my life. When we are aware of our karma, we not only learn to face difficulties, but we can also turn challenges into opportunities for growth and maturity. Conclusion: recognizing your karma number is a powerful tool for changing your life. By understanding the lessons each karma number brings, we can identify the challenges in life and find ways to overcome them. More importantly, applying these lessons will help us grow and live a more conscious and fulfilled life. Part 5. Conclusion and advice. To conclude this video, I want to share an important message about karma. Karma is not an unchangeable destiny. It is not a fixed punishment that we must endure throughout our lives. In fact, karma can change if we have awareness and act with intention. When you understand your karma number, you can recognize the challenges you are likely to face and take proactive steps to change your actions, thoughts, and attitudes. This not only helps you overcome challenges, but also opens the path to true peace and happiness. All change begins with awareness and action from within. Instead of fearing or avoiding karma, embrace it as an opportunity for growth and development. I used to be very anxious about the concept of karma when I first heard about it. I thought it was like a permanent sentence where we couldn't change our fate. However, as I delved deeper into Buddhist philosophy and applied it to my life, I realized that karma is actually an opportunity to learn and transform. One of the greatest lessons I learned from karma is awareness. When I began paying attention to my thoughts and actions, I realized that it was my past choices that had created my present circumstances. But more importantly, I also realized that I can change how I think and act right now, and that can change everything in the future. When I began to recognize my karma number, I not only saw the challenges I needed to overcome, but I also realized that we all have the power to change if we know where we are going and what we are doing. For example, if your karma number is 1 and you notice you have a tendency to be too independent, isolating yourself, then instead of feeling guilty or fearful about it, you can use this awareness to learn how to connect with others and expand your relationships. This will help you grow and have a more fulfilling life. Similarly, if you have karma number 2 and realize that you need to learn how to love yourself and build healthy relationships, you can change the way you view your relationships. Sometimes, we need to learn to love ourselves first, before we can love others in a sincere and complete way. When you change from within, you will see the difference in your relationships, and you will attract people who truly understand and accompany you. And finally, if your karma number is 3 and you find yourself lacking patience or abandoning projects, I want to remind you that patience and completion are among the most important lessons. Pursuing things you love without finishing them will not bring long-term success. But if you persist and strive to improve yourself at each step, you will see yourself growing, and life will become far more meaningful. I believe one of the most important things is never to feel trapped by karma. No matter what difficulties you are facing, you can always change and transform them into opportunities. Karma is not something to endure, but an opportunity to grow, learn, and mature every day. We have the opportunity to renew ourselves and create positive changes in our lives. And when we act with intention, changing from within, no karma will be able to hinder the peace and happiness we truly deserve. Conclusion: remember that karma is not something we cannot change. In fact, each of us can transform our karma by changing the way we think, act, and approach life. We can recognize that the challenges we face are opportunities for growth and development. And when we learn to be aware and act from within, everything will change. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this message helpful, don't forget to share and leave your comments below. I wish you a wonderful day filled with peace.